Last call for raffle tickets. If you need raffle tickets, this is last call.
your birthday minute today? Bring it on, right? All rise. My goal by the end of my term is that when I ring the bell, you just automatically stand. Just like a Pavlovian reaction, but we're not there yet. Welcome to the February 26th meeting of the Rotary Club of Tucson. I'd like to welcome up Thomas Gomez, joined our club December 5th, 2024. He's in finance and banking, Southwest Heritage Bank. Went to that university up north. No, not that one, the Northern Arizona University, not that other one. Thomas? Pledge and song?
Everybody. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well done. Perfect. Thank you, Thomas. You may be seated. We want to send some well wishes to Keith. I'm not sure how to pronounce this last name. Wiegand. Keith Wiegand. He just had neck surgery, and he's in the TMC. He's been dealing with some illnesses for a couple of months now, so there's going to be some cards going around, so please sign that. And if you know him, reach out to Keith. Next, it's time for our inspiration. I'm going to welcome up Jason Flax, who joined our club May 26, 2022, Insurance and Risk Management. And he went to that university that we all like, the University of Arizona. Good answer. This table right here gets a gold star because they answered. The rest of you? No. Jason.
All right, good afternoon, right? It's 12:17. All right, so inspiration's supposed to take 60 seconds. On Curtis's behalf, I made it 30. All right, so life is a journey, and every step you take matters. No matter where you are right now, remember that challenges are just stepping stones to something greater. You have strength within you that you haven't even tapped into yet. When you fall, rise up. When you doubt, have faith and believe. When you fear, push forward. The world needs your light, your passion, and your dreams. So stand tall, take a deep breath, go after what sets your soul on fire. You are capable, and you are unstoppable, and your best days are still ahead. Are we there? Good.
The intro almost took over. Thank you, Jason. And now we get the introduction of our guests and visiting Rotarians. And that is not Chris Dodge. We got upgraded to Brittany Battle today. Don't tell Chris I said that. He's bigger than me. Brittany Battle joined our club May 2nd, 2022's Community and Social Services Social Venture Partners, and she went to the University of Arizona. Brittany.
Hello to all of our guests. If you're joining us today, thank you. This club has changed my life in more ways than I could even describe up here. So come find me afterwards if you want to know all the ways that this club has made a difference for me and others. And if I say your name wrong when I'm introducing you today, blame Chris Dodge, okay? And we have quite a few guests, so we like to ask you to stand up, and so that way we can clap and say hello to you. So I'm very excited. We have Ann Huber, our Assistant District Governor, 5500 here. Please stand up. Hello, Ann. We have Manana Fribley from Columbus, Ohio. Please stand up. I think she's a Rotarian, that's right. Yay, thank you for being here. We have a few guests of Mark Irvin, so all three please stand up. Bill Shaw, Tom Murphy, and Marianne Bierling. Where are you? Thank you for being here. Oh, you're Mitch's guest. Oh, you're right. They're saying that's an upgrade. You're Mitch's guest. Thank you for advocating for Mitch. It's the only time that's going to happen today. Guest of Robert O'Brien, Blake Eager. Where are you? Yay, thank you for being here. Guest of Bobby Larson. I'm so sorry. Lauren Della Shaw. I'm saying sorry because of Bobby, not because of you. Hello, good to see you. Guest of Joe. Tia Kruger, where are you? There you are. Tia, thank you. Guest of Vicky Jacobs, Autumn Hufault. Where are you, Autumn? Hi, Autumn. Guest of Gordy, we have Ian Miller. Where are you, Ian? Hi, Ian. Okay, we have a couple guests of Roger Harwell, Rebecca Quiros, and Jennifer Martinez Abs. Hello. Another guest of Mark Irv. I didn't miss you. I just had you come later. Marcus Sido. Where are you, Marcus? Hey, Marcus. And last but not least, guest of Roger LaFay, Luis Hernandez. Where are you, Luis? Thank you for being here, and come back to see us again.
Thank you, Brittany. And now to introduce our program today. And she happened to be the one who sponsored the meeting today, so thank you so much for that. Marcy Euler joined our club July 26, 2018. She's an Education Community College Foundation. She went to Montana State University. That is in the state of Montana. Just trying to help you all with the geography there. And Bowling Green State University, which is in Bowling Green, not a state. In
Ohio, not.
In Ohio. Marcy.
Thank you. So it is my distinct honor to be able to host the meeting today as a sponsor, and also to have a number of people from Pima Community College, both administrators and students, here to hear our new chancellor, Dr. Jeff Nassy. So if we can hold our applause so that it gives our chancellor more time to talk, that would be awesome. But I want to have you meet the people who are scattered around the room. Dr. Ian Rourke, who is our interim provost and executive vice chancellor for academic affairs. Oh, no. Hold applause till the end, please. Otherwise, the chancellor won't have any time to talk. Jeff Sullivan, our general counsel. Dolores Duran-Cerda, who is our Vice Chancellor for Student Experience and Community Engagement. Irene Robles-Lopez, who is our Vice Chancellor for the Student Experience. And then I have 4 vice presidents. All of you can stand up at once. Edgar Soto, who is at our Desert Vista campus. Jade Bourne, who is at East Campus. Nina Corson, who is at Downtown. And Aubrey Conover, who is at our West Campus. I also have 2 deans, Greg Wilson in the Applied Technology program, and 1 dean who has 3 jobs. Jim Craig, who is Dean of IT and Cybersecurity, our Hospitality Leadership, and our business areas. And then, I forgot one of our vice chancellors, sorry. Well, cyber and IT goes together. Come on now. Okay, and I forgot one of our vice chancellors, Phil Burdick, who is the vice chancellor for external relations, and Julie Hekmakovic. I hope I said that right. I was close. She's from Montana too, so she'll forgive me. She is program manager for workforce development and innovation. I also have 7 students who are here. So if my 7 students can stand up and wave when I call your name. Melissa, Marisa, there we are, okay. Nicole, over here. Will, here. Miguel, here. And Zamir. And Daniela, over here. So we are thrilled to have the students who can speak about their experience after the program when you have time to talk with them. You can sit down now, thank you. And then Diana Cannon from the Pima Community College Foundation. Of course, you all know her. She is the Director of Transformational Philanthropy in my shop. I also have the Chancellor's wife, Krista Nassy, who is with us, joining us today. And so now you can applaud for all of the guests. So on August 5th, 2024, we entered a new era of leadership under Dr. Jeffrey Nassy. I'm not going to read his bio. You can read that on the Rotary Club website. But upon his arrival, he immediately began a listening, learning, and leading project, engaging with thousands of students, faculty, staff, and community members. In fact, one of his engagements was he served as the Grand Marshal of the car show, thanks to the car show leadership. I know Curtis loves props, so I've been saving this for this occasion. Some important things I've learned over the past 7 months about Chancellor Nassy. He really likes sour gummies, and so I have a stock of those in my office whenever I need to sweeten him up a little bit. He has a great sense of humor. He's outcomes-oriented, and he cares deeply about student success and keeping Pima Community College at the cutting edge of innovation locally and nationally. And so it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Jeffrey Nassy, Chancellor of your Pima Community College. Whoops, I just jumped you off.
All right, great, yeah. No. I love that. That was all planned. Thank you, Marcy, and thank you for your work. And thank you all for having me. I'm thrilled to be here. Any organization that is dedicated to doing good in the world, service to others, world understanding, goodwill, and peace is just something, right? We're aligned in that, and so it is an absolute honor to be here, and I so appreciate the work of the Rotary. As mentioned, I had the pleasure of being the Grand Marshal, and yes, it was an amazing experience, a wonderful car show, but that was money raised for our work at Pima Community College, and some of the students that are here, right, have benefited from the work that you've done, the scholarships that are making it happen for our college. So thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for your work in that space. And of course, Marcy's already done this, but I do have to recognize our Pima Community College team, right? And that starts with our students. So I just want to, thank them for coming out. Everything we do is about their success, and everyone that's here, our team is always thinking about how can we do more to help the students in our community, get more people into the college, and have them succeed. So thank you to the PCC team, and especially our students. Thank you. So today's easy for me. I get to talk about Pima Community College, right? It's my favorite topic. I've only been here since August, but you have so much to be proud of in this great institution. So today I'll talk a little bit about who we are. I know a lot of you have some engagement with Pima Community College, know the college very well. We'll talk a little bit about who we are. We'll talk about our mission and what we're trying to do every day at Pima Community College. And then, as I said, I'm new. What are we working on? Where are we headed in terms of the future? What are our priorities? What does that roadmap look like for us? And we're beginning to see some of those things happen. So let's talk a little bit about Pima Community College in this way. So we serve right around 38,000 students annually. If you think about the University of Arizona, I think there are around 42,000 undergraduates. So we're quite large as community colleges go. Last year, our students earned 5,600 degrees and credentials. And that really matters for our community and certainly matters for those students and their families. And we'll talk a little bit about that later in the presentation. We offer 144 plus academic programs and credentials. And as I go into the community, that's sometimes lost on people, right? We have lots of options for students. I was talking to one of your guests here today, Ian. His daughter is looking at a career in culinary arts, hospitality management. We have that program. We have a lot of students that want to transfer to the University of Arizona, study law, study medicine, education, a variety of topics. We have those programs. We have short-term certificates, welding, automotive technology. We just opened up a health professions center of excellence, nursing. So we have a wide variety of options for our students in two-year degrees and certificates, and we'll be launching a bachelor's degree later on as well. We have 5 campuses, major campuses across the county. Our West Campus, our downtown campus are our largest campuses, and 2 centers. We have an adult education center on 29th Street. We have an aviation technology center here in the county. And when I talk about our campuses, I also have to mention what we call our centers of excellence. And so these are hubs, and I mentioned the Health Professions Center of Excellence. These are areas where we have the very latest equipment, really great facilities, but also work really closely with our industry, our business partners to ensure that students, employers alike, our community is really engaged in the very latest in these fields. So if you haven't had a chance to get out to any of our centers of excellence, we invite you to do that. These are just amazing facilities and amazing opportunities for our students. 11 athletic teams. I would be remiss if I didn't mention our athletics at Pima Community College. Our men's basketball team is undefeated. They are undefeated right now. We have our softball team is represented here today, also doing very well. These are great athletes. Our soccer team went to the semifinals. On Saturday afternoon, our men's team finishes up their regular season. They're looking to go undefeated. That's at the West Campus, so please feel free to come out and support the team. So really proud of our student athletes. You know, we're not the big business of Division I athletics, right? This is true college athletics. Not only are they great athletes, great competitors, but they're also great students. And we track that very closely, so we're very proud of our Aztec athletic teams at Pima. And finally, economic impact. In 2023, the college contracted with a firm like CAS to understand what is the economic impact of Pima Community College. And 2 years ago in 2023, they estimated that at $1.1 billion. So we have an impact on the community through all of those programs. Of course, putting people out into the workforce, employing people. So a tremendous impact here locally on the community. Before I get into that, let me go here. Let me back it up. I want to talk a little bit about the why, if you will, what we do, why we do it. You know, post-secondary education, college degrees and certificates can make such a difference for people. And as someone who's in the higher education space, you know, we hear a lot about people don't need a college degree, kind of that narrative out there. And I'll sit here as the chancellor of Pima Community College and say, you're right. Not everyone needs a college degree. There are plenty of really successful people, happy people who do not have a college degree. But what we do know, and there are studies put out, there's research says that people who earn a college degree, if we think about a bachelor's degree, earn over $1 million on average, over their lifetime. For an associate's degree, it's about half that, $500,000 financially over a lifetime. So there's that piece, there's the financial impact. We also know that people with college degrees have just more access, more flexibility to careers, right? That idea of having that certificate or degree just gets you in the door for many people. And we know that that is the case, and that is a benefit of having a college degree. So there are those pieces. But there's also, right, personal growth. As we talk to employers and industry leaders, we know that they need people who can, they say, you know, the technical skills are great, but we need people who can communicate, people who can think critically, can solve problems, and certainly a college degree, and certainly at Pima, that is, no matter what you're studying, can you kind of do those things and bring that to the workplace. Interestingly, too, there's the finances, there's more opportunities for career, there is that ability to think critically, problem solve, communicate better, but also health benefits. People with college degrees live longer, have less stress, are generally happier. So those are kind of the individual benefits. But I think all of us here that work at Pima Community College and are in that community college space also understand the idea of a family. We focus a lot on what we call first-generation students. So these are students that no one else in their family has completed a college degree. And the reason we are so attentive to those students is because we know the transformational difference that it can make, yes, for that individual, but for the family. And for anyone that's participated in a community college graduation, when you see a student and they're earning a nursing degree, a degree in cybersecurity, they're getting ready to transfer over to the University of Arizona, they're with their families because it is making such a tremendous difference for their entire family. That extends to our greater community. It benefits the individual, the family, but also communities with higher levels of educational attainment have stronger economies, lower crime rates. So all of these benefits to a college degree. So yes, not everyone needs a college degree, but we believe very strongly that it makes a huge difference, and research shows that over. And Georgetown just came out with a study earlier this year that reinforced these realities, and that's why our work, that is the passion for our work. So at Pima Community College, we talk about transforming lives through high quality and affordable education. And that's really the great work of Pima Community College is we want to make it accessible. If you compare us to state universities, private universities, the value that we can provide to the community is really unparalleled, right? And so that is, so the work you do to support those students is so critical to our mission is to empower every learner, because people come to Pima for a lot of different reasons, for every goal, every day, right? And so that is our mission. That's what we are dedicated in doing. And that's what I've kind of built a career on. You know, a little bit about me. I grew up probably as far away from the old Pueblo as you can get. I grew up in a small town on the coast of Maine. So that's like the opposite. I'm the son of two educators, two teachers. They were special education teachers, right? So we're really working with vulnerable populations that need help in a small town on the coast of Maine. And so education was a big part of my kind of everyday life with my family. So when I was nearing the end of high school, guess what? I wanted nothing to do with school or education, right? I had had enough. And to my mother's dismay, I right out of high school enlisted in the Marine Corps. And, all right, Edgar, some Marines out here. And then they said, you know, I went, so, well, okay, you know, could you do something educational in the Marine Corps, administration, you know, is there something? Machine gunner. So my first job out of high school was humping an M60 Echo 3 around the world in a variety of settings. But I went through that experience, by the way, amazing learning experience, right? A huge part of who I am in my life. But when I returned to school, right, I understood, right? Wow, there's some great value. My first job out of college was, I had never been to a community college, was teaching in a small rural community college in Maine. Much different than Pima Community College. But it was so different, right? The students in there, I had people, 50 plus years old that had been laid off from the mill and were trying to reskill and build up their careers. We had high school students that were taking dual enrollment students. We had immigrants taking classes at the low. And I go, this was different. It reminded me actually of my experience in the military, right? Different people from all kinds of walks of life seeking to improve and to better. And I just fell in love with that mission, right? And so I met the woman who's now my wife. I got to recognize her. Give her a round of applause. And she went down. We went to Florida, and I built a career there at a community college in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale area, Broward County. And we did a lot of amazing things. Very diverse community, a little larger than Pima. And I was there for 20 years and kind of worked my way and really just loved the mission. And as our kids kind of moved out of the house, I'd heard of Pima for the great work they were doing in workforce education. They had a national reputation. And so when the opportunity came about, we started to learn more about Tucson, and we applied, and here we are. And I can tell you it has exceeded our expectations. It has been outstanding. So that's a little bit of what we do, why we do it, and who I am. I landed on the ground here in Tucson in August 5th. Yeah. And I was coming from South Florida. How hot could it be? And I know my team's sick of this line, but I like to say, right, I moved from the Sunshine State to the sun. Is what it felt like. And so coming to a great college like Pima Community College, coming to a great community, I had ideas and things that I worked on in the past, but I thought it was really important for me to, first listen, right? As an educator, right, it's about learning. So I really wanted to get out there, understand the community, understand the college, what's important, what are different people's experiences with Pima Community College. Of course, the second part of that is learning. Looking at all of those insights, all of that feedback, looking at data, what could I discern quickly in that first 100 days? And then leading, right? How do I translate that into decisions and setting a vision for this college? And so I embarked on this listening, learning, and leading tour in that first 100 days. Oh. And here you can kind of see what that was like. So Curtis, our president, likes to joke, when I first, and I've met him at several events, you're drinking from the fire hose, aren't you? Absolutely, right? I was drinking from the fire hose. And then I was undertaking this listening, learning, and leading tour. So I met with, and again, I have to recognize my team. In that process, some were small groups, 5 or 6 people. I met with students on the first day. Of course, our great faculty, our staff, lots of community engagement, lots of business and industry leaders, locally elected officials. But we met with 3,000 just families, meeting with families, superintendents, local schools, and trying to get an understanding of this new city, this new college, what was happening. So met with over 3,000 people, 113 different events, and as you can see, lots of different activities in that process. So what did I hear? What did I learn? Lots of things that are not captured in this PowerPoint or the report, but there were 5 big things that kind of popped out. Number one, I recognized and wanted to build on PCC's really essential role in Tucson and southern Arizona. You saw on that one slide, right? We know about the economic impact, 1.1 billion, so that's important. But having worked in community colleges, having worked in a large community college in an urban area, this was different, right? People hold Pima Community College really close to their heart in this community. It has a different place. I don't know how many people I met. My father went to Pima. My kids are going to Pima. And so that is a strength of our institution, is how woven it is into the fabric of this great community. And certainly that's something we want to build on and strengthen. The second thing was around high school students, expanding connection and engagement with our local high school students, families, and of course the greater community. So that's a fundamental for any community college, is being present deeply into our high school in terms of getting that pipeline in. And I heard from too many people things like, my son is going to Pima, but they really weren't in the high school to that extent. And so that was kind of an emerging theme that I heard, that we needed to deepen that level of connection. Improving the application and onboarding to Pima. So I heard things along the lines, I worked at Pima and I can't get my nephew through the application process. Those kinds of challenges. And so kind of recognizing that we needed to maybe improve in that areas. Ultimately, when I was looking at just the data and the information, it was about bringing more people, all of those differences that a community college can make in a community, getting more people into the college, and then once they get in, ensuring that they stay. So I think a lot about how do we get more students who are with us in August, if you will, in that fall semester, and then stay with us to earn that credential of value. As it sits now, if I get 100 students in the door at Pima in August, by the time I get to January, it's around 63 that are left. And if I bring that around to August, it's about 50. So what can we do to improve it? It's not uncommon for community colleges. We're open access institutions. Most of our students are working. They're living busy lives. Things are happening. But still, what can we do on our end to ensure that they're sticking with this? And then ultimately, right, it's a large organization. So how are we communicating with the community? And how are we communicating inside the organization? In higher ed, we have a long tradition of kind of being in silos. We're kind of locked into these areas. And so sometimes communication is a challenge in that. So these were kind of 5 things that I picked up amongst many other from those first 100 days. So it was kind of listening, it was learning, it was digesting that. And now, as we're moving, what are some of the things, what are we going to do about it? What actions can we take? So first and foremost, our priority at Pima Community College is student success. And what do we mean by student success? Getting more people into the college, that's student success. Getting more people to stay in the college, learn, persist, have a great experience, that is student success. Getting more students to graduate, earn that credential that's going to make a difference in their lives, that is student success. And importantly, post-completion outcomes. So when you're done with us, do you go into a good paying job? We would never want someone to complete a program at Pima and then go out and make minimum wage. That's not the point, right? We want them in high-paying, good jobs. If the goal is to transfer, how many of the students are making it over to the University of Arizona? How are we helping them with that? And then when they get there, how successful are they? So all of that is what we think about in terms of student success. So the number one priority, every decision that we make at the college is always thinking about what is best for our students. Now that sounds simple up here on the podium, but those can be tough decisions, right? There's always gray area, like what is the best thing for our students? And so that is something that we wrestle. But every decision, we prioritize student success and the well-being of our students. Right behind that is ensuring that we have a safe environment, that our students feel comfortable to learn, right? Meeting students where they are. So we have 5 campuses. They're open campuses. We all watch the news. Safety is something that I am constantly thinking about, that we're working through. We've got a great Pima Community College Police Department. We've got great counselors and staffs, but that experience is critical too, with the well-being, because that leads to student success. Then there are things like this, and I heard some of this actually here today, is many of our students have families of their own. They have children of their own. So providing things like childcare services. Edgar Soto is there. He's the lead for our Desert Vista campus. We have a child care center there at Desert Vista. Amazing program where our students can drop their kids off at the Early Learning Center. They're getting high quality early learning, the kids. Meanwhile, that allows students to complete their program. So that's a critical enrollment strategy. Those are the kind of things that we want to do. And when we were out there, this is very early when I came to the college, talking to students about the difference that was making for them in their lives. To have that high quality learning center while they were attending school was huge. So I'd like to see us expand in those type of areas. The way we deliver education is critical at Pima. So when I went to school, right, you kind of sat down in your class and you listened to someone like me. I'm a recovering English professor by trade. You sat down in front of someone like me and they kind of went on for 16 weeks to talk about whatever it is you're doing. We've got to be faster. And so I'm really promoting acceleration. Part of that reason students aren't finishing, right, is it takes a long time. And so a lot of colleges across the country have moved into 8-week formats. Can we do it faster? Of course, our online college is growing. That's great. Are they learning? Are they being successful in the online platform? We have hybrid and flexible. So really thinking about how we deliver education is much different in 2025, right? Think about how we watch TV. Coast of Maine, had 3 channels, NBC, CBS, we had PBS, 4, ABC. Now, right, it's all on demand. Well, the same with education, right? How are we curating experiences where students get exactly what they need? You need it online, you need that flexibility, it needs to be fast. So we're thinking a lot about how we deliver education at the institution. I talk about outcomes, and certainly, right, we want to improve outcomes for all students. And that especially includes, right, our underserved Latino students, our indigenous students. As we look at that data, what are we doing to facilitate all student success? And we've done some great work. Dr. Duran-Serta and her team have done some great work. We've earned a seal of what they call Excelencia in terms of supporting our Latino students, but we could do more. And so that has to continue to be a focus. And then transfer opportunities. As I taught, the very first day I came to Pima, the first thing I wanted to do was talk with students. And as I went around and I continued, and some of them are here today, you know, 7, 8 out of 10 students, oh, what do you want to do after you finish? I want to go to U of A, right? Very common thing. Far too many people aren't making it there. So what are we doing to partner with the University of Arizona to make that pipeline more effective? The second thing that is related to that is how are we using data? So everything we do at the college, we should be measuring and understanding, right? In education, we can feel good about things, but I'm always asking the team is what is the outcome? How are we measuring success? Our centers of excellence, how many people are enrolled in those programs? How many people are graduating? So using data to drive our decision making. How do people come to the college? Labor participation rate is an interesting idea, right? So this is people of working age in the county who are working. And there's far too many that are not participating in the labor market. So yeah, we need high school students, but how do we get working adults into the college who can upskill where they could benefit from the college? So creating multiple pathways into the college. Technology. No matter what you're studying at Pima, do you know how to use artificial intelligence? I just saw a survey. Employers, you have one person here who's got a degree, they don't know anything about AI. You have another one, same degree, knows a lot about AI or can use it. Who do you think that employer wants, regardless of industry? They want someone that knows how to use AI. So we've got to be preparing students with technology. We've got to be using it as an organization to get better as well. And that all points to what we teach. We're really driven by the market, right? And so we want to make sure we're partnering closely. If you want to transfer, that's the university. If you want to go out to work, that's business partners to make sure that it is the most current. We don't want people leaving with outdated skills. So really zeroing in on that idea of a market-driven curriculum. and I talked about communication. So those are some of the priorities. This is kind of about the structure of the organization that we're thinking about at the college as a result of kind of that first 100 days. These are some, meanwhile, right, we have some other goals that we're working. What I would like to report to you is, our accreditation. This is a third party that comes in and evaluates us. We have met all our criteria with that, so that means we're on a national benchmark. Our enrollment is up this spring. We've worked hard at it, and we've moved that 63, right, August to January. We're at 65 right now. So we're making immediate inroads in that space. We put together all of these findings and some of this in our first 100 days report, which is actually available, right? So if you're interested in learning more about what's happening at the college, some of the things that I had learned, we have put it together in this report that we just released this week. So we're really proud of where we're headed. So thank you again for all the work that you're doing. We are looking forward to continuing our partnership, our collaboration, and to keep growing it in the right direction. And I'm happy to answer any questions from the group.
I'll come here and then back to Dave.
Right here.
Brittany.
Right here.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome to Tucson. This is more of a comment than a question.
Sure.
Just to confirm everything that you said about Pima Community College. Here's a 21-year-old that came in here as an immigrant back in 1995, and because of Pima, gave me the pathway to become who I am today. And I just want to say thank you for everything that you will be doing and what you've done for the 100 days, and kudos.
When are you going to bring football back to Pima?
I got that one a lot too.
Hey, how much is that going to cost?
It's on the list, but it may be down. It's down there.
How much is it going to cost?
It costs a lot. I don't know.
It's worth it.
Yeah. All right. Noted.
What are the couple things off the top of your head that people in this room can do to help you?
Yeah, thank you for that. Number one is we're in the middle of a strategic planning process, and we would love input into, we want input from the community. We are holding a futures conference on March 14th. Yes, March 14th. So if anyone's interested, we're gonna host it's an opportunity to talk about some of these issues. And what are your thoughts as community leaders, community members? What should the college be offering? That's something that we always want to be thinking about. Is I really believe strongly in the phrase, we're the community's college. And so how will we be responsive to the community's needs? So March 14th, if you're interested in attending what we call the Futures Conference, would love to that. And then just getting the word out there. Too many people say, oh, I didn't know that about Pima. So anything you can do to promote Pima Community College would be something we'd appreciate. Those are a couple of them.
Just one. I actually have two questions. Oh, boy. How do you coordinate with JTED, and how do you differ from Elon Musk?
Whoa.
Well, I don't have a chainsaw and cheesy sunglasses, so that's, I guess, the Elon Musk thing. I drive an F-150, so I don't know, not a Tesla. We do work with JTED, to the initial question. We have lots of partnerships with JTED. We have some students that are concurrently enrolled, so they're getting college credit while they're in their programs at JTED. And then we have a lot of alignment as they exit JTED to come into some of our programs. So yeah, great facility. I was actually out there just recently at the JTED facility. Awesome program.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Curtis.
I might make fun of you a little bit. I apologize to do that. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for your service. Appreciate that. Second of all, it was almost an amazing presentation. I thought it was going to be awesome when you said you wanted to talk about the why. And Zamir and I looked at each other at that point because we thought you were going to talk about the YMCA, and Zamir works at the Y. But it was really good still. But we do have a book for you to sign called Time for School Mouse. This will go into our Make Way for Books library to encourage literacy in our community. And we're going to go a little bit quick here today to catch up, but we have some club business to handle. And first, we have a birthday boy, right? Michael Dean, birthday is February 19th, joined our club December 7th, 2017, his Service Industries Resort Management, Lowe's Ventana Canyon Resort, and he went to that college way up north, middle to the west that took our previous football coach, the University of Washington. We don't hold that against you. Something you may not know about Michael, and this is actually a really cool story. It reminds me of a song. I had a returned to sender letter that I sent to a friend in 1993. Return to sender, address unknown, no such number, no such, okay. 30 years later, I found my friend. We had not seen each other since 1992. I delivered his sealed letter to him 30 years after it was sent back to me by USPS. And I just thought that was a very cool story. Michael.
Thank you, President Curtis. I will be very quick with my minute. This friend, he and I are both from Detroit, Michigan. We are first-generation college students. He has a PhD in biology now. Last night I returned from Amsterdam, where I was with my American buddy and his Dutch wife and their kids and their family. So last year I delivered the sealed letter after 30 years, and then we've seen the two families have reconnected twice, and we're the first ones in our families to go to university. Right. So very profound. The question of when did I become a Rotarian, some in the audience know that my senior year of high school, growing up in a working class family in Detroit, Michigan, both my American buddy and I, our fathers were in the auto industry. They both worked for different motor companies. I received a scholarship with Rotary to spend a year on the Rotary Youth Exchange in Copenhagen, Denmark. And so not the year I became a Rotarian in Seattle, Washington, or not the year I became a Rotarian here with our club, but I became a Rotarian when the concept of service above self really rang true to me. So I had Danish Rotarian host families, and talk about someone who needed a lot of service. I was a work in progress, but service above self rang to me with so much clarity by example from my Danish Rotarian host families, and we are all still close to this day, almost 40 years later. So that's when I became a Rotarian, my senior year of high school. President Curtis, if I could give you my Paul Harris +1 donation on behalf of myself and my family. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Happy birthday. Thank you, Michael. And next, we get to introduce a new member. I'm going to invite up Steve Pickering. He was in the service industries. I don't want to talk about what he was because now he's just like the Classics Club champion, right? Yeah. Hey, car show, right?
Car show. Right. Thank you, President Dawson. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests. Today it's my pleasure to formally introduce to you Thomas Gomez. Thomas was born here in Tucson and lived here until 1993 when his family was, his dad was working for Hughes Aircraft Company. They moved his father, his mother, himself, and his two brothers to the San Fernando Valley in California. It was a short-lived experience when about a year later, a little thing called the Northridge earthquake happened, and it decided for them right then and there that they needed to be back in Tucson, which they have been living here ever since. Thomas went to Rincon High School, graduated there, and Pima Community College. So he received his bachelor's degree online, as you mentioned, and at the Northern Arizona University in hotel and restaurant management. The many skills earned in his education led him into the banking industry, where he has enjoyed many opportunities. Thomas has worked for BBA Compass Bank, the Hughes Federal Credit Union, and is now with Southwest Heritage Bank, formerly the Commerce Bank of Arizona. He has recently been called upon to help develop a dedicated treasury management department for Southwest Heritage Bank and has been quite involved in the bank's systems management. Thomas has been married for 11 years. He has two boys, Leo, who's about to turn 10, and Adam, who's about to turn 7. Thomas enjoys movies, music, video gaming, cars, and the many entertainment opportunities here in Tucson, including the Rialto Theater, the Arizona Wildcats, the Tucson Comic Con, you have to tell me more about that, and Lost Cinema. Please help me in welcoming our newest member to the greatest Rotary Club in Arizona, Thomas Gomez.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. I'll say I think this is the biggest crowd I've ever spoken in front of, but it's not the biggest crowd I've ever thrown up in front of. So I'll try not to break any records. Thank you, Steve. Really appreciate this opportunity. A few others, Nina Trasoff, Gary Shear, plenty others that I've met along the way. John P. Lewis, he was a really good mentor of mine, personal mentor of mine, that he spoke many accolades of this organization. I love the timing of this all with Pima Community College being here, because exactly, I had so much time, a lot more time even with the community college than even NAU. So there's so much that I could say about Pima. So thank you very much. I really appreciate this, and I'm just trying to keep up, so. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. I'm also a product of a community college. I don't know if that's a compliment to community colleges or not. Stick with Thomas and Elle. They're better advocates for you. Next, I'd like to welcome up Charlotte Harris for a Paul Harris presentation.
The Rotary Foundation transforms our gifts into Rotary service projects that change lives both close to home and around the world. Since it was founded more than 100 years ago, the foundation has spent more than $4 billion on life-changing, sustainable projects through advancing world understanding, goodwill, and peace by improving health, providing quality education, improving the environment, and alleviating poverty. Today, both Bill Harlow and Joe Danishevsky are receiving their Paul Harris Fellow +5, and they are wearing their new pins. Bill was born in Duluth, Minnesota. He arrived in Tucson in 1940 at the age of 8 weeks, in a basket, on a train, with his mother, twin brother John, and sister Rebecca. Bill is one of the few members of our club who did not attend Sal Point, but proudly graduated from Tucson High in 1958. He went on to the University of Arizona receiving bachelor's and master's degrees. We know that Bill likes things by the numbers, so here are a few. 84 years old. 84 years in Tucson, 3 years in the Army, 54 years in the Rotary Club of Tucson, 56 years husband to Marion, 78 consecutive years a Harlow has been in the Rotary Club of Tucson, 128 cumulative years a Harlow has been in a Rotary Club in Tucson, 2 children, 1 John, who's a member of our club, 2 granddaughters, 52 years employed at Harlow Gardens, 1 year president of the Rotary Club of Tucson in 92-93, 1 Orville McPherson Award. When asked why he supports the Rotary Foundation, Bill responds, quote, "Rotary provides the opportunity to serve locally, nationally, and around the world." Joe attended Lemoyne College in Syracuse, New York, where he was a double major in history and Spanish and an economics minor. His junior year, he studied with the Hamilton College Study Abroad program in Spain. He attended graduate school at Syracuse University, majoring in peace education, conflict management, and education. For 3 years, Joe taught high school and middle school Spanish at the Christian Brothers Academy in Syracuse, as well as coaching public speaking and lacrosse. He served 35 years as a commissioned executive with the Boy Scouts and as the Scout Executive CEO here in Tucson and Redlands, California. Joe has been a member of our club first from 2004-2008, and then again when he returned to Tucson in 2017 to present. He has served on our board of directors twice. When not in Tucson, Joe served 4 different Rotary clubs covering youth service and 4 service projects in Mexico. He has also been our District 5500 Peace Club Peace Chair and our District 5500 Visiting Chair. In addition to his own Paul Harris Fellow, Joe has also gifted and honored with Paul Harris Fellows his 2 sons, Joseph and Michael, his wife Lee, and his brother Jerry. When asked why he supports Rotary International programs, Joe shares Warren Buffett's quote, "Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." Would you please join me in thanking and congratulating our 2 newest Paul Harris Fellows? Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. I think is it time? Time for a raffle? It's all yours, Brittany.
Okay, guys, here's the deal. When you do good things happen to you. So when you donate to Rotary, when you come in with raffle tickets, someone's going to win a little money today. So let's have our chancellor. Let's have, not our president. He also picked the winner of the Corvette at the car show. So that's why I'm having him do this live. All right, let me see let's see who the winner is. Now, the way this works is when you donate during the day and you come in, 50% goes to the club, 25% goes to you, which is $73, and the other 23% goes into the pot, which is now at $698. So maybe you'll win that too. Pull out your numbers. 783-491. 783. Oh, no way. All right, Pat, our program committee chair. All right, have our chancellor also pick to see if so you got $73. Let's see if he gets the big pot. He needs a king of clubs. He got the joker. That makes sense. But I'll come give you $73. Continue to donate because it helps the club. Thanks so much.
Those are my notes, I think.
That's your notes?
Yeah, those are my notes. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
You should give him the Joker card, too. I think he would appreciate that. Let's see here. I think we have some announcements. As you all know, they are emailed out. Who here reads the emails? Thank you very much. There's a lot of information, and we spend a lot of time, well, not we, I don't do it, but there's a lot of time put together to make sure you receive those emails, so please read them. They're also on the screen right now, and they're at your tables. Lots coming up, lots going on. Again, you don't have to participate in all of it, but if you're looking for some more fun activities with Rotary, we encourage you to participate. Next, we have some Red Badge member selfies, right? Yes? Maybe? Or maybe we'd want to, oh, there it is. It was worth the wait. John Duval with Shannon Roberts. We only had one Red Badge member selfie. So that means you guys need to get on it if you've got a blue badge and you see some Red Badge members around you to introduce yourself, make a connection, and take a selfie with them. Does everybody know what a selfie is? It's the opposite of what they call a Yui. Just so that was bad. Was that bad? I tried. Sorry. Run out of time. Let's go, Curtis. Let's go. Where is Wilbur? We don't have any Wilbur pictures, but we still are missing quite a few Wilburs. So again, I did talk to someone yesterday that he thinks he completely lost him, Mark Irvin, and he may have to go buy some more. But please get those Wilburs back to us because he wants to travel some more. Again, every Rotarian, every year, we are encouraging 100% participation in our club to make some sort of donation to the RI so that we can continue to the good work that we do around the world and here in Tucson. April 30th. Who's got April 30th on their calendar? Hopefully it's on everybody's calendar. Are you kidding me? Everyone has the date, April 30th on the calendar. Hopefully on that day you have the event. It's going to be that evening. It's going to be at the MO. More details to come, but it's going to be a blast. And you won't have to hopefully listen to me very much. Now the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's get a little membership derby update.
All right, we're 2 months into this membership campaign, and let's see who's in the lead. And they're off. And we've got Team Rotariat under the team leader Michael Guyman in first place. Second place is Mustang Rally. The trainer is Brett Stein, and third place is Secretariat with Faye Morris being the trainer. So I want to remind you, continue to remember to bring guests. Ask for a membership packet from Dorena while you're here and give it to your guest. And fill out applications. We got one more month. We're on the back stretch. Let's take it home.
And our illustrious car show chair, Dave White.
Thank you. How cool is it to look out here and see all my friends? I love that. That's good. Hey, I loved your presentation. Did you guys love that? I just want to say that's why I am passionate about our car show, because we give to empower this kind of stuff.